A very important skill to have is being able to collect water samples properly while in the field. We are emphasizing properly because while collecting these samples, we want to avoid as many points of contamination as possible. We want these samples to be in the condition they were when we collected them. We also need to be precise in our labeling in order for the sample to be tracked and recorded properly. Now let's begin. In order to properly collect our water sample, we will need a bottle to collect our sample in, the proper forms we need to fill out, as well as a writing utensil, and some clothing that we don't mind getting dirty. In addition, we will also be collecting a sediment sample today. We will go over the instructions for that process as it happens. Before we collect our sample, we need to fill out the forms. This form asks us questions such as the name of the body of water, the general site description, any animals in the area, and the recorded GPS location. Now that we have filled out our forms, we are ready to collect our water sample. However, before jumping right in, you need to consider the proper safety procedures. In this case, the water here is very shallow, so we don't need to worry about harnessing ourselves to a tree or another person to avoid falling in. However, if you are collecting water from a larger, more dangerous body of water, you will need to carefully review more in-depth safety procedures for these situations. Now take your bottle and dipping it into the water to submerge it about halfway, collect water by moving the bottle through the water so as to gain a broader sampling. Also, try and keep your fingers out of the water as much as possible. Do this until your bottle is full. Repeat this procedure multiple times if desired.
Now it is time for us to collect our sediment sample. To do this, we will need a spoon and a beaker. In order to collect it, all we have to do is scoop up the sediment from inside the creek. When we're back in the lab, we will filter this to see if we can find any kind of insects or other bugs that might be living inside of the soil. Try to take a sample from different areas in the area you're working. This way we might see a difference in our insect population. Do this until you've reached the desired amount that you want, and I will take it back to the lab for filtering.
Once all of your water and sediment samples are collected, it is time to take them back to the lab for testing. Keep in mind, we do not test our samples while in the field for reasons of purity and clarity.